Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, beautiful Divine Feminine Collective. Welcome to my channel. If you happen to click on this link and find yourself here, Artemis Willow 44, I'm really excited to bring you my very first reading for this channel. This is a huge step for me. I have been wanting to do a reading ever since Lionsgate on August the 8th. I felt like that was a very powerful time, but I've just been going through so much personally on my own divine feminine journey, my spiritual journey, shadow work and inner work, and just coming back to self-love. And it's been an intense few weeks, and I just didn't feel in the right space to be doing a collective reading. And then this morning, unexpectedly, while I was doing my yoga practice, my guides were like, it is time. And then suddenly I felt this wave of a message coming through, specifically for the Divine Feminine Collective. I was going to do a reading for Taurus, being a Taurus sun, but the message coming through is very strongly for the Divine Feminine Collective. So, sorry for that long introduction, but it's my first reading and I am a little bit nervous, to be honest. I'm just going to bless the space and then we will begin. With honor and gratitude, Spirit, thank you, Spirit, for the messages, and Collective for allowing me to be your messenger today. Spirit, please come into this reading, bless this reading, make this your message and your message only. Only messages of divine love and light. Negative energy must leave this space now. Please open my third eye so that I may see clearly. Please open my crown chakra to your divine guidance and light and messages. You know, Spirit, what messages need to come through for the highest good of the Divine Feminine Collective today. Inviting in the cosmic, eternal, living Christ light and love. Amen. Okay, so this is a reading for the Divine Feminine, but, male or female. I just want to say, we all have divine feminine and masculine energies within us, and so everyone is welcome. I just want to pull some advice cards, and these are the decks that chose to be used today. Let's get a deck from the Moonology, or a card rather from the Moonology deck by Yasmin and Boland. All the decks I'm using are in the description box below. Okay, Spirit, what is going on? Any advice? What is the overall advice and energy for the Divine Feminine Collective at this time? A new start is coming. I felt that strongly, that there are new cycles beginning, especially for the Divine Feminine Collective. Karmic cycles are ending, difficult cycles are ending. You might have been going through a period of intense emotional purging, and this can be extremely challenging, especially layered with what the collective is going through. Yes, you are good enough. Challenges relating to self-worth, self-love. Anything else, Spirit? You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo, and we are in Virgo season. You are good enough. I know I have been dealing with I hate saying issues, but challenges of self-worth in the last while. But really, questioning why I see myself in a certain way, or we can, speak to ourselves in a certain way for our whole lives, and then being able to break that cycle of self-criticism and allowing other people's voices to, determine how we feel about ourselves, not finding that validation from within, but looking outside for it. And I think a lot of the Divine Feminine are now going through a period where you're learning that validation gives you no real unconditional satisfaction, and that can only come from within, that validation, because everything outside of us is fleeting, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a job, a promotion, a career, money, where you live, how you live, all of that is fleeting. And when you start realizing that, it can be extremely challenging and painful, because everything that you used to find joy in, or what we perceive as joy, no longer gives you that. And you've had to go within to find that in your resources, and really cherish that you are good enough without any other validation. Wow. I'm using the card for the Divine Feminine, Ariadne, Mistress of the Labyrinth. My soul knows the way. How beautiful that card is. The light, anchoring in the light. The only way is through. Yes, the only way is through. You cannot avoid healing, as much as we try to push it down, say, I'll deal with this on another day, let me escape into life, work, Netflix, making a home, just grounding in material things, and not really acknowledging the emotions that are driving our daily actions and moods. And the more we push it down, the more resistant they become. Emotions, as Laurie Ladd would say, and her channel is linked in my About section, as she would say, it's just energy. You've got to let it flow. It's just another consciousness. And when you push it down, it doesn't go away. So my soul knows the way, and the only way out is through. The only way out is going through that pain, going through the healing, accepting the healing. It's really very much a spiritual awakening that the Divine Feminines are in the process of going through. And it's about recognizing that our own masculine as well, thinking about how the masculine affects the way we behave. Because we have inner masculine energy, we might be action-oriented rather than just receiving-oriented. It might be difficult for some of us to receive, because we're so used to giving and giving and giving, for that validation, that when it comes to receiving, it can be really challenging. This is the Wisdom of the Hidden Realm by Colette, Baron-Reid. Wow, I saw this card come out. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. The Arrow Master. Sorry if that's the reverse way around. The Arrow Master, hitting the mark, intention and detachment. Card number 10. Cycles are ending. Cycles are coming to an end. And this is about shooting with intention, but not having a target, not having an expectation of what that target is. Going with the flow. Flow has been a word that has been coming up for me everywhere in my Facebook memories. I'm quite active on social media because I have kids, and I'm terrible at photographs and albums, so Facebook is my album. And a memory came up for flow, and I've just been getting this word. Even, this morning when I was nervous to do this reading, they said just flow. So you might be feeling a sense that all the efforts that you've put in might not have been coming to fruition. Sorry about that pause. My laptop decided to escape on me. So shooting that arrow and letting it, go where it's meant to go. I actually want to read this card because it's so beautiful, and because I saw it in my mind's eye before I even I just when that happens, it always surprises me. The Spirit. Thank you for the confirmation, Spirit. The Arrow Master. The Arrow Master appears to help you target your intentions and teaches you how to shoot straight for the stars. The message is to be deliberate about focusing your dreams and desires with intention, and about aligning your intention with Spirit. Then let them fly on the wind, directed by the divine, until they reach your goal. The only way to hit the target is to allow the arrow of intention to fly unencumbered by your eagerness to see it travel exactly the way you want it to go. You may think it needs to veer a certain way to reach your goal, but in the invisible realms, human power cannot make this happen. The divine has its own idea of how the arrow flies and upon what wind it's carried. Nonetheless, if you don't shoot, you'll never score. This is a fortunate message as long as you remember the law of detachment. If you do, then be assured that you're right on point. Exactly, detachment, moving away from needing to be validated by an outcome or event, and just allowing Spirit to take over. That word divine timing, it's like, divine timing takes forever. But there's a reason for everything, and we can't force that timing. We can't force that flow. If it's not time yet, it's not going to happen. Because there are things that we are learning. Whether it's in a relationship, if you're wanting to connect with somebody, if the two of you are not vibrating at the same frequency, in other words, at the same point in your evolution, I don't know if you're ever completely evolved, but when you're at the same point in that evolution, that's usually what you attract towards. Well, your vibration is what you attract into your circle. It's so true that saying, your vibe attracts your tribe. It really does. The situations and the people that surround you have been drawn in because of the frequency at which you're resonating. And as you awaken and as you release more and more of what no longer serves you, your vibration, which is largely in the body as well. We forget that physicality is very much a part of spirituality. They don't work separately. Laurie speaks about this as well, anchoring in the body, because the only way is in, not out. The only way is through. This is Denise Linn's The Sacred Forest Oracle. This is my newest deck. It's absolutely beautiful. Pegasus, transcending. Wow, this energy is just so beautiful. Wow, and it's actually the cover of the deck, or not the cover, but it's the picture on all the cards. That's it, the picture on all the cards. You're integrating all the dots right now. Card 28, which adds up to 10, another cycle card. A cycle is ending. You are, and I have the image of the phoenix. You are transcending into another way of being, and that can be extremely uncomfortable. It is the destruction of the ego, and the ego has served us well all our lives through our childhood. How to, coping mechanisms, that's all ego. But that was our way of surviving. So to let go of that it requires a huge amount of healing. And when that happens, the most beautiful, blessings come in. Events, circumstances, jobs, careers, opportunities, relationships, whether it be family or romantic, or with your children, with yourself. All those blessings are coming in. A very heavy cycle is ending. I feel it literally in my bones. My bones have been aching over the last 2 days, and I think it's my body now releasing what I'm emotionally releasing. And you might be going through the same. I'm sensing, low energy, but you're going to feel a shift in energy. You will, if you haven't already, feel a big shift in energy and in hope. You might have lost hope for a while, with everything going on. Excuse me. Especially if you're single and trying to call in a relationship and it's just not happening. It's again back to that self-worth. And on top of that, you're feeling just exhausted with COVID, to vaccinate or not to vaccinate, all the media out there, all the opinions. This is the Animal Spirit Oracle. I only take jumpers. I learned that from Carrie, Scorched Earth Tarot. Nightingale Spirit. Love is all around. Yep. Card number 5. Love is all around. 41. Sing your song. I think many of us are now realizing what our songs actually are. I'm being asked to read that card as well. This is Colette Baron-Reid. If you know her story, her story is one of complete transcension, spiritual awakening. I love her. I love her decks. This oracle message: in the darkness of night, Nightingale Spirit sings her song of love and hope, a harbinger of dawn, yes, to remind you that the sun will rise again soon. Here comes the sun, little darling. I actually posted that on my Facebook stories. I love that song. The sun will rise again soon. Again, exactly what I was feeling, this dark night of the soul, hopelessness. It feels like it's lifting. You are so loved, and the illumination song of the Nightingale Spirit calls you to a new level of awareness and connection with the light. Connection with the light. Yes, there is shadow and darkness, but love and prosperity exist everywhere, even in the seeming emptiness of space, darkness, and a starless night. Hearken to the message, letting the music of the Nightingale song remind you that love is all around. I got that message this morning as well, that love will prevail. Love always prevails. It's only love, actually. Feel it and trust it in tomorrow's light, renewing your ability to recognize that the spaces that appear empty are filled with love and abundance. Illumination will happen soon. Wow, that is an incredible message. No wonder I was asked to read that out. Illumination, the sun. And I have been feeling the sun lately. Just sunrise has been quite powerful. Okay, so Now I want to get some tarot messages just to see what energy the collective is currently in. And I read intuitively. I don't use any specific layout. I just go with what is coming to me and the cards that come out. It's so funny because, you know, the same cards in different readings, different messages will come to me. So then that's how I know, okay, this is really coming, you know, through from spirit, because I can't make it up. They are just working through me. I see the Lovers and the Four of Wands. A lot of you may be coming into spiritual union, wish fulfillment. Wow, this energy is so beautiful. I feel so excited for us. The Emperor, he was flipped over, right? Because, I mean, how many of us are just tired of pages and knights that are in and out of our lives? No king energy, and the Emperor is 4 kings in one. He is the ultimate divine masculine. So the divine masculine is showing up in your reading. You know, that could be your and the Lovers. I mean, spiritual union, divine masculine and feminine. That is a very spiritual card. And it's about balancing the masculine and feminine within self, manifesting within self, you know, before you can find your match. It's about finding, one of my friends used the word orbit, finding his true orbit before, you know, a match can come in. You can't force divine timing. So let's see. Yeah, so the Lovers, the Four of Wands, the wish fulfillment card, the Emperor card. You know, many of us may be longing for that true love. You know, you see it in the movies, you see it on TV, and you think to yourself, like, when am I gonna have my Sir Lancelot or my King Arthur or you know, my Jason Momoa, or you know. And we get attached to that, but we're releasing a lot of that. So because we're releasing a lot of that, again, frequency shifts as your beliefs shifts, and you call in different energies. And we want king energy, baby, Emperor energy, committed, healed. Wow, the 10 of Pentacles, you know, the 10, another 10, achievement, the happy family, and this is Pentacles, so it means, you know, it's grounded in the material world. It's the White House with the picket fence, the white picket fence, the White House. Healing from the past, healing from a broken heart. That doesn't have to be one specific situation. It can be every single relationship you've ever invited into your life, and the lessons and the heartbreak that it has brought for you. Oh wow, these two flipped over. I'm not going to take them because they didn't jump out, but it's the 5 of Cups and the 4 of Wands together. It's about healing that sadness, you know, looking back at the past and thinking, what if, what could be, and not seeing the beautiful bowl of rainbow color behind you. You know, and that's what the 4 of Wands is. It's the twin flame card. It's soulmate connections. It's a feeling of home. So that's in the subconscious, you know, healing from that. It's a beautiful card. Just taking a time out and healing. Anything else, Spirit, for the Divine Feminine Collective? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, and please. Deception. You know, maybe healing from self-deception. I know I have been. You know, things are being lit on the truth now. False beliefs or false identities are being exposed. And that can be really hard. I mean, when your own lie of the way that you've been living and the way that you've been making choices, if that becomes revealed, it's really hard to face, and then forgive yourself. Yes, working on this forgiveness, mastering something. And in this case, it's the Eight of Pentacles, but I don't feel like it could be, depending on your situation, it could be work or career. It doesn't have to be. I'm feeling with the rainbow colors as well, I'm feeling this is more about gaining more knowledge about spirituality. I mean, following more of your path, whatever your path is, whether it's Christianity, I mean, whether you just believe in spirit, Mother Nature, God, whatever you call it, energy. God fell down. This confusion, because of the self-deception, is being lifted. It's being lifted. You're confronting it. You're no longer in illusion about what your life was about. And social media can create that, without us even realizing. We're in an illusion about what we want our lives to be, instead of being in the here and now. Six of Swords, moving away from that energy, moving from turbulent waters to calmer waters. That is the Six of Swords. It's moving away from the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is all about self-sabotage, mental conflict, winning at all costs, chasing that dream, chasing that person, chasing, just like in that mental conflict energy. Swords are air energy, so it's very much in the mind. That's a bit dark, but moving away from that energy. Yes, Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck, cutting out what no longer serves you. The Queen of Swords is self-assured. She speaks. It's not that she does not have emotion, but she speaks from a place of centeredness in her emotion. She cuts out what no longer serves her. She is removing that which is preventing her from being her higher self and being in service to the collective, being on mission. A lot of us want to feel like we are on mission, like we are doing something that is benefiting the collective. I'm gonna clear. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yes. Divine Masculine. Thank you for showing up again. Wow. Thank you for showing up again. This is the Four Kings in one. And I'm not saying your perfect soulmate is coming in. Look, heartbreak flipped over. Healing from that. I'm not saying that the Empress coming in. I'm just saying we are learning as divine feminines how to relate more to our own masculine. The need to control, the need to take action, the impatience. It's that's coming in for us, balancing our own inner masculine. Those fell out. Balancing our own inner masculine, and then attracting to you what is meant for you at your frequency. Not being anxious anymore about what the future holds, being able to be in the here and now. You've been anxious about a connection, and that is being released. Anything else, please, Spirit? Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, a new beginning. Just allowing space, and this is really starting from the beginning. With the Page of Swords, maybe you want to learn a new subject. A lot of you might want to start a new career or develop more of a hobby. And it's always been in the back of your mind, whether it's painting or playing an instrument, learning to play an instrument. Tarot, for me, tarot is a huge thing that has come into my life in the last year. And I had no idea, that I would be doing readings like this. And at the bottom of the deck, yes, I love the High Priestess. She knows, she is connected to the divine. She is the divine feminine. Oh, that's beautiful to end on those. And then I have to use my very first deck just as, advice. Because, I'm in love with this deck. This Two of Cups as I split the deck. And the Four of Wands. Oh, my hat. Somebody's coming into spiritual union, that's for sure. And, again, the union of your own inner masculine and feminine. Oh my word, what a way to split the deck. The Two of Cups with the 11 card. That is a divine union. Oh my gosh. I can't even make this up. No wonder the Emperor showed up twice. Any advice for the feminine as we close this reading, please, Spirit? Any advice for the feminine as we close? Oh my goodness. No. You can't make this up. Two of Cups, divine union that fell. Divine union. These are two people that match, vibrationally. That people... someone that is aligned to who you are. You've been fighting who you are, sacrificing who you are, what you really want, how you really feel, because of a relationship or because of a job, something that has been threatening your values or how you want to live your life. You are moving away from that. And bringing in things that align with your energy, that are meant for you, your higher self. And then that brings in the right partner, the right partnership, the right job. When you are in that energy, the Empress energy, I'm surprised the Empress hasn't shown up. Six of Swords again. Moving away from those things that no longer serve. Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck, the happy family. I said, no. I said I am surprised the Empress hasn't shown up yet. I'm sorry for shouting. I'm always amazed at how Spirit works. You saw me shuffle. I did not... She jumped out. That is you, divine feminine, Taurus, Libra energy. A major arcana, just like the Emperor. So we have the Emperor and the Empress on the table. We have the Two of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, the divine feminine. She's able to birth new ideas. She is Mother Earth. She is fertility. Some of you might be pregnant right now, or now is a very fertile time. So if you don't want to fall pregnant, that doesn't. The Empress represents fertility, but I'm not getting that so much as that could be one part of the collective, and I'm just getting birthing new ideas, starting new cycles. Becoming more of who you are, being true to yourself. I think that is the perfect way to end this reading. Thank you for allowing me to be your messenger today, and I'm so excited. I got my first reading out. So if you've stayed through the end or watched through to the end, thank you, bless you, love and light.